'Tis the season to be wrapping up, guys. I wish I was wrapping up these cards, but I don't think that I'm going to get all the illustration cards in these 8 packs. So let's just get started. And I was thinking about which one to subject to talk about. And when I did the Starlight Soda Chat, I had Starcraft on in the background, or on my computer, basically. And those are 2 games, Warcraft and Starcraft. Oh god, those 2 games were probably the first computer games, other than Captain Magneto, that weird one, the Staff of Ra, and basically the ones that you got on Windows, like the Cat and Mouse game. I remember playing Super Munchers in elementary. Where in the USA is Carmen Sandiego, great game by the way, better than Where in the World. And is anybody like me that you played that game for hours, Where in the USA is Carmen Sandiego, and you never caught Carmen Sandiego? Was it programmed into the code that you could never catch Carmen? Because you knew that if it was Carmen and like one of the other henchmen, you had to pick the henchman, because if you picked Carmen, you lost. Like, I remember playing hours and hours with my friends after school, and we tried to get Carmen, but yeah. But let's start off with Warcraft. And my dad actually got me into Warcraft and Starcraft. He found out the game from one of his colleagues at work, and he got Warcraft 1, Orcs and Humans, and I fell in love with the game. I mean, how could you not, in the early 90s, love Warcraft? And it's such a simple... I mean, yes, it is so dated. It is the point. You can only select four individuals at once and move them up the board. It is not like the funny... I mean, like, yeah, you could click on them a couple of times and they only say one thing, like, stop poking me and why are you touching me? I fell in love with the orcs automatically. We have Clawcher, this one. Yeah, we're just going to move through the ones that I know we've already got until we get, like, the pretty ones, and we're not going to get them this time. Warcraft 1 had probably the best storyline. It was just very simple. Hack, slash, burn, pillage, and all that fun stuff. Yes, there is God mode that you can do with the cheat codes and everything. The only heroes that you had, I believe, was Uther Lightheart or Lothar. I forget which one it was. I think Lothar came into the second game. I haven't played in so long. I have to boot up my old laptop, MacBook Pro, in order to play that, and it's such a small little screen and barely even see it. But yeah, a highlight of my childhood was Orcs and Humans. Then you go to Tides of Darkness, and that was probably one of the best games that I've ever played. You had a bigger story. You had... Because they kind of hinted at the end of Orcs and Humans that the orcs are trying to open up portals and seek other other continents and everything. And if you got into the lore of Warcraft and everything, then you know what I'm talking about. It does get kind of convoluted in Warcraft 3, but Tides of Darkness will, without a doubt, be one of the best Warcraft games ever created. And I might add, the AI in it that I discovered last year is so basic. There are times that the humans will or the orcs or humans will never attack you. They'll just keep gathering resources, and by the time you have a massive army and go and get them, you'll have them. Yes, they'll have like a big build up around their town hall or castle, but they won't do anything to attack you until you get close enough to them, and then they'll just go crazy. And then they'll actually upgrade. They won't upgrade until like you get into like their line of sight. It's really strange. Zoom, Dene. There goes Crilly. I don't know. I don't know if we have this one yet. I'm going to put him to the maybe pile. Might actually have that one. Okay, so then that came after Tides of Darkness became Beyond the Dark Portal. Now, I will be honest with you guys. I played Orcs and Humans and Tides of Darkness many, many times. I've beaten it without using any type of cheat codes. I think that I've only beaten Beyond the Dark Portal. I've never beaten it completely, like not at all, without using any cheats. There are very few levels that I've ever beaten without using cheat codes. The AI is more advanced. It is like insane. They will destroy you, and they mean to destroy you. And at the end of like the human level, the human saga, Jesus Christ, that is hard. Getting out of Draenor. Was it Draenor or Outland? I think it's Draenor. But yeah, I still have not been able to beat Beyond the Dark Portal without using cheat codes. I hope to go back and do like a type of campaign and try to beat it without it. I tried to do that last year, mind you, and it did not work. Same thing can be said with StarCraft, the Brood War. We'll get to that in a sec. Starleaf, Flittle, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. God. So, let's get to Warcraft 3. Now, I remember going to Walmart with my dad when that game was announced. Dad really cared about Warcraft, but he liked Diablos more, and I wasn't into Diablos. But he played Warcraft 3, didn't really care for it that much. Dad never played for the story. I actually played for the story when I was a kid. When I got older, I didn't really care about the story, I just wanted to play. But Warcraft 3... I don't know, it could have been, the first one was really great. The Frozen Throne, which was the expansion pack, was even better. And I liked how they combined more, they gave you more heroes, like the Panda Master, the Brewmaster, Panda Brewmaster. I kind of wish that there was more with Jaina, Arthas, instead of just, you know, it just got kind of convoluted. And I actually hate Blizzard after Frozen Throne, because right after Frozen Throne, they did not continue with Warcraft 4. As many of you know and probably played, was World of Warcraft, which actually they did go back from like Orcs and Humans on up, but I'm sorry, I don't want to play with other people. I just want to play the campaign, which didn't make any sense to me why they didn't continue the story. But just add it, like, have like a private PC version for you to play by yourself. And I don't think I ever bought any other Blizzard games after that. I just stopped caring. I mean, I'm sorry, World of Warcraft was just garbage to me. It just did not look good, and I did not give a damn for it. And I kind of wish that when, I think it was World of Warcraft the Lich King or something, when you had to go up against Arthas, I kind of wish that, I don't know if he did, but I know a lot of people talked about it when it came out. I kind of wish that when he hit you, that your levels would go down every time he hits you. So it's almost impossible to beat Arthas, but I don't know. But yeah, Warcraft 3, I had played last year, some of it on my vacation to Pickett. I still love it. It's still a fun game. I'm not going to complain about that one too much. But I wish they had continued to like a Warcraft 4. But what are you gonna do? Switch for bleh, bzz, 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 bzz. Ugh, Jesus. Not any on that one. Now let's talk about StarCraft. Now StarCraft, without a doubt, is more superior, top tier for any type of the Blizzard games ever created. I mean, my opinion. StarCraft had an amazing story, great characters. The world setup was beautiful. The way that you mined was interesting with crystals and with Vespene gas. You had the 3 different types of protagonists and antagonists. Basically, you had the Terran forces, you had the Zerg, and then you had the Protoss. And I love how you could actually get nukes and destroy. I mean, you could mess shit up with the nukes that the Terrans had. And the storyline with Jim Raynor and Kerrigan. So that was great. And I remember, I don't remember doing it too much as with Warcraft, but as a kid, when I went to school and I was stuck on a level, I would actually draw out the entire map. I'm not even knowing what was on the map most of the time. But I would draw out what I thought was there and send my forces up when I got home to like different routes and everything and different outcomes, and I was pretty close. I didn't have the strategy guide back then. We got those a little later. I think we got those when we got the expansion pack. And I just loved that. And StarCraft, yeah, and I remember going outside and playing more with Warcraft as a kid and pretending that I was the orcs. But as StarCraft came along, I didn't really pretend that I was the Protoss or the Zerg or the Terrans. I just kind of drew out different battle plans for the routes, and there were some that were really hard. And I think the first one was getting your battleships. I think this is the expansion pack, where you had to get your civilians into the battleships, gather them all up, and then fight Duke's men or something. I forget what it is. We have Ninki, Cadet, this thing, yep. Oh boy, yep, and then this thing. But I love StarCraft, and it was so fun playing it during Starlight Coca-Cola creation, because I don't know, I thought it was cute. And same cannot be said with like their expansion pack, because their AI in the first one was very basic. I mean, it is still harder than what Tides of Darkness was. It's not the same for the expansion pack, or the Brood War, as it's called. Brood War, I don't know. The way the levels are set up in Brood War are harder than Beyond the Dark Portal. The Beyond the Dark Portal has just very cutthroat AI. Like, they will come at you no matter what. It does not matter. Whereas in Brood War, it just seemed like it was set up for you to... You had to figure out strategies. It wasn't just, that they were coming at you at full force. They did. But you had to figure out ways of actually maneuvering around, finding the resources in time. And the whole thing with Duran and Zeratul and Kerrigan's weird, mission and everything. And you never knew. And the one thing is that, was Duran Tassadar, or was... That's the thing, because Tassadar dies in the first episode, in the first StarCraft, basically. But then Duran comes along, and Duran's not even human. But we find out in the secret episode that he's a hybrid of something, whether it being a Zerg and a Protoss. But I always thought the Protoss were the Zerg at some point, and they just became more advanced. It's just really interesting. And of course, Kerrigan kills off most of the main characters in that one. She kills Phoenix, she kills General Duke. She threatens to kill Jim, but she will never kill Jim. Now, I never played StarCraft 2. I never did. I have the first one, and then they had the expansion pack, The Wings of Liberty. The problem is that we didn't have internet. We didn't have good internet at the house, so we couldn't... And the problem is you couldn't just put the game in the computer and like normal StarCraft. You had to like register it online, which was so stupid. I fucking hate Blizzard. I guess you could say that was the last Blizzard game, but I never played it, so, a big middle finger to them. I don't know, a lot of people don't talk about StarCraft 2, so I really don't have a lot of friends that have good things to say about it. Rotom, Paypat, whatever, Toxo, this thing, Killua, Greedent, this thing. Ugh. But yeah. Well, those StarCraft and Warcraft, great games in my childhood, but there is one other that I was not allowed to play as a kid. My dad and my sister got to play this one. And that was Doom. Good old Doom. Doom 2. And then Doom, the expansion pack, including Plutonia and TNT. Now, mind you, by the time we got the Doom Ultimate set, everything that was included with it. That was, you had Ultimate Doom that had all 4 episodes. You had Doom 2, and then you had the 2 expansions that came after Doom 2, TNT and Plutonia. So, I remember playing at my cousin's house, because that was the only place that I was allowed to play Doom. And it's just such a fun game, just getting big guns to kill demons with. And there's some great YouTubers out there. There's, of course, Zero Master. There's Decino. There's Coincidence. Martinez. He does a lot of, like, the Brutal Doom stuff. That's kind of fun. But check them out, guys. There's a lot of Doomers out there. To me, Decino's the best, because he does in-depth analysis of a lot of this, the AI and the programming that went into making Doom. But yeah, always worth a watch for them. Weasel, Energy Revival. My God, am I not going to get anything this turn? I might have to put that one. I don't remember getting that one. This, yeah. Jesus. I'm not getting any special illustrations today. But yeah, those are the games, PC games, I might add, were part of my childhood. And as we open up this last one, let's just, you know, cross our fingers and I actually can get something good out of this one. Nothing really much to talk about at this point, guys. This will definitely be the last Pokemon 2023 that we do this year. We're going to be continuing it into the new year, so let's just see. We have Ralts, Shuppet, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. Come on. Oh, no. Cool card, but we've already got it. And Hawlucha, which is to me the ugliest Pokemon ever. Well, that's it, guys. Sorry. I don't think that these two, I think I've already got these two, so probably a bust on this, but I will say Happy New Year to you, and see you in 2024. Have a good one, guys.